Hey guys, just thought I'd take a few minutes to talk about some more experiences I had when I was in El Salvador. Um, I forgot to tell you guys the first it was my first Sunday or Saturday in the actual field, um, and we went to this one family to eat dinner with them, right? And I didn't know barely any Spanish, right? And they brought out this humongous bowl of they call it arroz chaufa. What it is it's like rice and eggs and a few veggies and stuff. Anyways, this bowl was humongous, right? And I look at my companion, I'm like, dude, I don't think I can finish that. And he's like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so, anyways, I started praying while I'm eating this. I'm like, man, help me finish this. This is so much. I don't think I'll be able to finish it. But I finished it, right? And then, I still look back to this day and think, what the heck was I thinking? So supposedly, you're not supposed to turn food down when you're in a foreign country like that because it's disrespectful. Um, anyhow, so I finished the bowl, right? And then the father was like, "Hey, man, you want some more?" I'm like, "Oh no, no, I'm good." And he's like, "Just a little bit." And I'm like, "I'm gonna explode." And he's like, "Just a little bit more." And I'm like, "Okay, just a little bit." And then his son took the bowl. And then I remember, man, he brought it back fuller than it was the first time. Fuller, man. Like a mound of rice stuff over the top of the bowl, man. And this is like a salad bowl, okay? It's not like a normal size bowl. It's like a salad bowl. Or like a mixing bowl. And I'm like, I look at my companion, I'm like, dude, he's crazy. I can't eat all this rice. Um, but he's like, you gotta eat it, man. I'm like, whatever. So I just started pounding that rice down, dude, and I finished it, man. It was a miracle. I was probably constipated for 2 weeks after that, but I finished the 2 bowls of rice, man, and that was crazy. Um, yeah, every time I seen him, man, and after that, my companion's like, "Hey, man, you don't have to finish all the food, man. You could just tell him no." And I'm like, "What? How come you didn't tell me that, man?" You know, but it was funny. I look back at that and I laugh at it now. Um, yeah, that was a good experience. Um, let's see, some other good experiences. One of my favorite things to do as a missionary was to go out with like the young men in that ward. Not like on a date or anything, but to go out and teach with them. So they would help me teach a lesson, and they would express their feelings about certain principles. Um, and when I was in El Salvador, we really clung to this one family, the Quintanilla family, and they were awesome, man. The dad was kind of inactive when I first started in that area, but by the time we left, he was really active, and he had 3 sons. He had Alonso, Pablo, and I have a brain fart right now. I have to look at my journal. Alonso, Pablo, and I can't remember the youngest one, but Alonso was getting ready to go on a mission, right? And Pablo, he was like 16 or so, and I remember we would go out and we visit their friends and we talk to them about the gospel, and we would share gospel principles with them, and it was really awesome to see them growing, and them being able to share that the experiences they've had and how the gospel has affected their lives. And it was so awesome. You know, I just remember that, and I remember one time we did splits with him, and we were in this one area, and he thought it was kind of a sketchy area, you know. And I remember some dogs came out, and he was like really scared. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it, you know, because it's weird to say this, but it seems like they kind of respect you, you know. Like sometimes the animals, they can tell when not to mess with somebody. I don't know. Weird. I got that feeling though. So yeah, Villa Salvador was really fun. I learned so much there. Okay, so my next area that I was in was I got transferred to Circo, which is like the second richest area in my mission that I served, and it was crazy because I got transferred there. Me and Elder Tito was my first companion. He was awesome. He's from Puno, and me and him got along really well. Man, he taught me some cool things, and I really like him. He was a cool guy. It was like, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks after we got into that area. Oh, by the way, just some background information. We lived in the same apartment as the zone leaders. Yeah. Anyways, we got this one less active member guy. He comes up to us and says, "Hey, you know, my wife wants to learn about the gospel, you know, and her son, you know." Her son, man, he was super hyper. Anyways, this family was like what we would call a golden investigator. Like God had prepared them in ways that we can't even understand. But it's like we started teaching her the lessons, and everything just clicked with her, you know. Everything felt right for her, and boom, boom, boom. You know, she progressed through all the stages of becoming a convert, you know, having faith and repenting and praying, you know, and feeling the Holy Spirit, and reading the Book of Mormon and trying to figure out, you know, is it true, and relying on the Spirit to give them that answer. And it was crazy because, you know, normally when we give an assignment for somebody to read a certain amount, you know, they may read a little bit. A lot of times they would not read, you know, unless we're there with them. It's a really hard commitment for investigators to take, but she read it all, man. She kept reading, man, and she's like, I know it's true, and she wanted to be baptized, and we baptized her, like, okay, so she went to church, and then, like, the week after that, she got baptized, man. It was crazy, and then her son got baptized. He had to wait like a few months because he wasn't of age. He wasn't 8 years old, but he got baptized right after. And man, the smile on his face, he just lit up. And Dad, he was actually the one that baptized his son, but he had to get oh, that's why they wait. The son waited because the dad wanted to baptize him, and he wanted to get the priesthood, right? So he had a few challenges that he had to talk to the bishop about, and work through those problems that he had, and overcome those trials, and he did, and you know, he received the priesthood, and that's when he baptized his son. And it's just crazy to see a family come together like that, you know. You don't see it a lot of times in our society. You see families breaking up, and you know, in distress, and dysfunctional families all the time. But this was like one of the first times that I really saw a family a family coming together, you know, and really seeing true happiness in a family. And so yeah, I'll continue in the next video about Circo, and I'll just call it a night. Hope you guys sleep well, and you know, I don't make it a big thing, but if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's up to you, you know, or like the video or comment. That'd be cool. Good night.